Hi everybody, welcome to Simply Scuba. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a closer look at the AquaLung Explorer 2 folder roller bag. Now, as the name suggests, it's a bit of a spoiler for its main party trick. This is a roller bag, but it's not just any roller bag in that normally most roller bags, they're fairly big like this, so it's quite awkward to film. But this one actually collapses down into itself when you're not using it, so you can store it away much easier. So this is going to be great for scuba divers who are traveling a lot, but you need to stow this away, because one of the main problems on something like a liveaboard is you want to bring this amount of kit, but then once you actually get the bag on the boat and you get all of your gear out of it, where do you put it? So they have to find some space to actually stow the bags, but if it folds down nice and flat, or relatively flat, then it makes your life much easier. And when you're back home, it doesn't take up quite as much space in the attic or down in the cellar. You actually have plenty of space. So very clever design, and it still has those benefits of it's framed, it has these metal reinforcements, it has wheels, it has a telescopic handle, it kind of has everything that you want on a roller bag, but it also collapses down into itself. So let's take a closer look. So, starting with the bottom. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up. So the bottom has reinforcing rails, so you still have that rigidity. All of this is rigid, so you have that reinforcement, so nothing's going to damage your equipment by going through that and squishing it. The wheels themselves, so these are pretty rugged, and whether you're going over rough terrain or over an airport terminal, whatever it is, they're nice smooth rollers. They've got reinforced corners, so these are really nice and strong, and yeah, again, they're going to protect your stuff. You have the telescopic handle as well on this side. So that extends, so you can wheel your bag around the airport very easily, and then you can pack it away just as easy. Nothing on the sides apart from branding. And then on the top, you have a big zipper. So a U-shaped zipper on the top. This is lockable as well. Most bags tend to be sort of lockable so that you can sort of keep your stuff on the inside pretty safe. Big open cavernous space on the inside, nothing really to report. I'll show you quickly. It's like a pretty standard duffel bag, to be honest. It has those straps down at the bottom just to retain some bits and bobs, but otherwise it's pretty standard on the inside. No extra pockets that I can see, and the kind of this hinge frame section just comes diagonally across, so again that's giving you a bit of side kind of shape and protection to protect your stuff on the inside. Flipping it around, so you have one pocket on this side, so just a quick access pocket just for documents and bits and bobs so you can organize things. You do have a separate internal zippered pouch, so anything that is extra, so you want to keep it secure, you can stow it in there. This material itself, this is water resistant. The stitching I don't believe is waterproof, but the material itself, if something splashes on it, it should just roll off, but if you submerge it, then yeah, your stuff's going to get wet. The same with the rest of this tarpaulin. Most of this tarpaulin material looks to be sort of water resistant, so yeah, if stuff sprays over it, it's going to protect you. The zippers and the stitching isn't waterproof, so it won't hold water, but it will protect you from sort of ocean spray or if the rain suddenly comes down. Doing it back up again. You've got a handle on the top if you're sort of carrying it around. You've got the sort of complementary hard plastic one on the bottom that allows it to stand up, so you can move your bag around. But yeah, otherwise, does it stand up? I'm sure it will. There it is. It's yeah, that good all-rounder. It does everything that you expect a roller bag to do, but it also folds down relatively flat. So very clever design, and yeah, sort of pretty tough material as well. I'll be happy with this going through baggage handlers. I wouldn't worry too much about it splitting or being cut. So yeah, a good tough bag. Right, so who's the Explorer 2 folder roller bag for? So this is for traveling divers, someone who wants a good tough bag, but doesn't want this huge thing when it's empty. That's the main sort of concept for the folder, in that when you're not using it, it folds down relatively flat, so you don't have to sort of allocate this space in your house or on the dive boat to just house this one bag when you're not even using it. Yeah, it has plenty of space. The material itself, nice and tough. This sort of folding mechanism, very, very clever, very unique. And it still has that rolling wheels, telescopic handle, everything that you'll expect on a traditional roller bag. So it ticks a lot of boxes, but it's mainly for that traveling diver, someone who has to carry a lot of gear. They don't want to do it in multiple duffel bags or something, so boom, a roller bag. So as far as reviewing it and breaking it down into the categories, so 4 different categories and then a 5th overall score. So first of all, I'm looking at the weight of the bag, because yeah, traveling divers, it's got to be fairly lightweight, otherwise it just takes up your entire sort of baggage allowance. So this is what, 4.5 kilos. So it's pretty light. It's kind of exactly as heavy as you'd expect a roller bag to be. Despite it's got that extra kind of metal frame, it doesn't feel ridiculously heavy. It doesn't feel particularly light neither. It's kind of exactly where I'd expect it to be. So 5 out of 5. Yeah, it still has the rigidity and all the strength and all the features that you expect on a roller bag, and it's about as heavy as I expect it to be. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. Then we're looking at the features. So again, 5 out of 5. It has everything that you want. It has like locking zippers. It has the telescopic handle, as I said, the rollers and all that kind of stuff. But it also has this folding feature. This is kind of free floating. It is anchored down in the corners by some cords, but it is relatively free to move, and it is just a U-shaped sort of bent section of metal. So I would worry about sort of attacks from the side as it's such. So I'd probably want to pad that out as much as possible to prevent anything from squashing it sideways. It is going to add that protection, but to protect the bag itself, I'd probably pack out that sort of midsection to just sort of give it a bit of strength so it doesn't just crush, basically. But yeah, it kind of has everything that you expect on a roller bag and more because of that folding feature. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Then we're looking at the build quality. Yeah, you can never fault AquaLung. Nice materials, nice finish to it. There are no like stray threads or anything. Everything looks to be built sort of nice and well, and yeah, sort of good tough materials as well. So yeah, 5 out of 5 again. And then cost, it sits in the lower kind of regions of where you'd expect a nice roller bag to be, especially with all of the features, because you get a whole range of roller bags, from the sort of ultra light ones that have very minimal features, and then you have the uber sort of fantastic heavy ones that have everything, but of course then you end up sort of paying for those features. But this sits in that sort of really neat sort of price range, that's, yeah, because of this folding feature and the materials that they're using, yeah, it sits in a really smart price point. So yeah, 5 out of 5 again. I can't really fault it. The only thing that I can think of as a downside is in that sort of U-shaped sort of folding frame, in that it's not a hinge mechanism down in this corner. These are free to sort of come and go. So, I mean, it's not going anywhere. They are attached. It's not going to just fall off the bag. But it means that there's no sort of anchor points, or no rigid anchor points, so that if something does kind of squash them together, they might bend. I don't know how strong this is. I mean, I can't bend it, but that's just how my mind works. That's kind of the only thing that I can fault. But if the benefit is when you're not using it, you collapse it down and it is nice and small, yeah, it is a good roller bag, definitely worth considering. Okay, so that's the AquaLung Explorer 2 folder bag, a very clever, big roller bag. I think this is somewhere like 150 something liters, plenty of space on the inside. You can really easily fit a decent sized pair of fins inside of this. Probably not freediving fins, they're not quite that long, but pretty standard scuba diving fins. Yeah, you'd easily fit them in here along with all of your other stuff. There's going to be more information on our website, simplyscuba.com. Just click on the link down in the description below and that will take you straight to this bag. Thank you for watching, and of course, safe diving.